principal at Ben Davis Ninth Grade Center. Wanted to make sure that you were aware of a few things. Obviously, this school year has brought many changes and new approaches and challenges to us. Most recently, our change to remote learning. And as we reflect on the first week and a half to 2 weeks of that experience, we do have some tips we wanted to share with students and families so we can ensure we're getting the most out of this instructional model. Without any further ado, let's talk a little bit here. So we do have our daily schedule. This document was sent out via Parent Square at the start of our virtual learning experience, and but want to again draw your attention to it. Monday through Thursday, really, students need to be engaged with their teachers from 8:30 until 2:30 daily. So we will follow our odd even schedule, meaning we will have Monday and Wednesdays will be odd days, and Tuesdays and Thursdays would be even days. You can see the class periods there that students would attend based on that information. On Fridays, we have more of an office hours setup. So we have some specific time by content area, but we also have teachers who can schedule small group or individual meetings throughout that time. I will be including this document as a PDF again in the Parent Square message we're sending out here in just a moment that will contain this link. And then finally, some contact information. So that is a daily schedule. Important that students you encourage you to have that on your fridge or on your kitchen table, and so that you can ensure that your students are in attendance. And the attendance is obviously really important. Teachers are taking attendance in Skyward just like they would in a normal school day. It's important that students are on time, so teachers can mark them present, but it's also really important that they are logging into that Google Meet virtual classroom and staying on that, listening to the teacher, working with the staff members so that they're getting the most that they can out of that experience. Our Skyward automated attendance calls are still going out. So if your student is marked absent, they maybe missed a class or they weren't there at the start of the class when attendance was taken, you may still get those calls. We felt like that was an important piece to just make sure we are communicating as much as possible when we enter this new world of remote learning here during this school year. Finally, we are also making what we call our morning phone calls. So if a student is not in their impact period first thing at 8:30, we have a team of people within the building who are making phone calls to parents, to students, to make sure they're ready to go and up and logged in so they can attend that first class. All of this and all of these tips and all this information is incredibly important because, as you know, this is your student's first semester of high school, and as a result, we know they are earning credits, and credits are the name of the game when it comes to fulfilling the requirements for diplomas in Indiana. One of the 3 boxes for graduation pathways that we have to fulfill. And so we're approaching, a fantastic opportunity on our winter break for students to get caught up. Our teachers will be reaching out. If you have a student who's maybe failing a class or two, they're going to be reaching out saying, hey, let's prioritize these classes and these assignments to get done, as soon as possible. But with a 2-week break for winter break, there is a really great opportunity to complete some of those things and have our students put themselves in a really good position as we head into the last few weeks of the first semester when we return in January. And as you can see on the screen there in a note, that first semester does end on Friday, January 15th. So remote learning tips. First one here is one that seems like common sense, but it is sometimes as we get working, it becomes an issue. We want to make sure that your students want to make sure you are completing those assignments and submitting them. We don't want a mostly finished assignment in Google Drive or It's Learning waiting to be submitted. Obviously, we want our teachers to have those so they can assess them and give points in the grade book as would be appropriate. The next two go hand in hand, but a dedicated work time and dedicated workspace. You know, as I mentioned, Monday through Thursday, we want to block out that 8:30 to 2:30 time frame as school, and we want to treat it as you know, as a special time to be engaged with teachers and be doing work each day. The workspace doesn't mean that we have to go out and buy a desk or anything like that, but some simple things like making sure we're not working from our bed, balancing that. We're going to be in a comfortable workspace, but not one that's too comfortable where it's easy to fall asleep or get distracted. You know, those are the big things with the work environment. Free of as many distractions as possible and comfortable, but not too comfortable within the household. And then finally, dressed and ready to go, we encourage students to treat the morning routine just as they would if they were heading here to school. Get up, get breakfast, you know, get ready to go and log into those classes. There is another great opportunity to get caught up with what are called 360-degree reports on It's Learning. I'm going to link a video to this presentation and send it out, but it is accessible in It's Learning, and it will show you in each class how long your student spent working in a particular day in that class. So it's a great tool to see how they're doing. It also offers a chance to look at progress they're making within the course. And then, you know, Skyward continues to be our gradebook system. If you don't have a Skyward login, please call the school and we can make sure that you have one of those. But that is your ticket to look at the student's gradebook and to see what assignments they have done well on, perhaps what assignments they struggle with, or some assignments that maybe they haven't turned in. We know those are big reasons that student grades are not as high as we might want them to be. And finally, when in doubt, contact the teacher. You know, that could be by a phone call, that could be an email. A lot of our teachers are using Google Voice to call or text. So all of those are great ways to contact a teacher. But when in doubt, if your student says, hey, you know, I turned this in and I don't see it in there, reach out to that teacher. I mean, sometimes maybe your student shares something and that doesn't sound quite correct. Again, reach out to that teacher, get everybody on the same page so that we can make sure we're moving forward. Resources, have a lot of resources available. Technology issues, our first line of defense is that technology FAQ chat feature on the Wayne Township FAQ page, technical FAQ page at the bottom. You can engage in a chat with our technology staff that might be able to help you fix that. And if they are not able to, every student should then contact their impact teacher to put in that work order and get that technology and that device fixed. Internet needs, we do have limited supplies, but again, if you're a student, if you don't have internet at home, students should reach out to their impact teacher, and we can hopefully work to get some MiFi devices to your home so that your student can complete their work. We do have food resources within the township. We have a food pantry here at the 9th grade center. The next distribution is 12/18, and we do need you to reach out to us. It's limited to 40 respondents, and so if you are in need of that assistance, we can add you to that list until it is filled up with 40 respondents. But of course, we have our Wayne Township meal distribution 2 days a week. That is Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 2 here at Ben Davis High School and at Ben Davis University High School. There is another 3 to 5 session here at Ben Davis High School where students can get meals if they come to those. That would encompass all 7 days of the week. Thank you again for taking the time to listen to some of these tips and to this information. As always, if you do have questions, we have attached some of the documents that would provide further information to our newsletter here. But we also are available from 7:15 until 4:15 in our main office to answer questions. That phone number is 317-988-7500. Thank you again, and we are looking forward to a strong end of the semester and overcoming all the challenges that come with remote learning. Have a great evening.